So we dropped the dozer and the 220 off last week. On this project right here, I got a couple acres to clear. There's going to be a driveway that eventually comes in right here. The customer had a company come in here and mulch a trail in here to kind of gain access, because you can imagine during the summertime you can't see anything in here. So what I've got to do is clear, just kind of clearing 2 acres in this section right here to the road to kind of open this up into a front yard and driveway. There's going to be a house that eventually goes up here, but this is all old logging cut over from probably 8 to 10 years ago. So I'm hoping majority of these stumps are rotten. I don't know till I get in here, but pretty much clearing this right here, and I got to get all these stumps up that were left from the mulching. But up here where the house is going to go, yeah, I'm gonna just kind of work right up here, just clearing a path all the way up here a little wider today. But he had about 1 acre or so mulched where the house is gonna go, and kind of realized that that's probably not the best thing to do where a house is gonna go. Let me walk up here and I'll show you. So I made it up here, and this is the acre or so that he had mulched up here, and it looks really good, other than, you know, it's supposed to be a yard, so it's going to be very difficult to get anything to grow in all this, and all the stumps are still here. So trying to turn this into yard with all these stumps is going to be pretty difficult. So it's kind of the only downfall about mulching is, you know, it prevents erosion by everything being mulched in, and will eventually add to the topsoil. But when you have a 2-foot diameter stump like that, it's still in the ground, and all these being hardwoods, little gum trees will just sprout right back. So I don't know if he's going to get me to rake over this and dig these stumps up while I'm here or not, but at least I'm going to focus on getting some of that stuff down and crunched up so it'll dry out and burn a little bit better. Then I'm just going to kind of spread the ashes out in there. Let's get started. Little trees are coming up like I had wanted them to. There's a few more stumps out here than I thought, but all in all, I can't complain too much. It's not too terribly bad. Luckily, must have been a lot of pines out here, because most of them are rotten. But as you can tell, like that poplar tree right there was a stump from a previous tree that has grown back, and that's why I was not able to reach over there and pluck that directly out of the ground, like say this pine tree, how it just falls right out of the ground. So I'm going to come over here and try to dig this stump up. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. Luckily that wasn't a humongous tree, so. So on logging and stuff like this, after they clear cut it, this land was clear cut and then sold off. A lot of times what the landowners like to do is sell the timber off of it if they know they're going to sell the land and get whatever money they can out of it, and then sell off the property. So you tend to make more money when you sell all the timber off the land before you sell the land, versus just land with trees on it. And then it's sat here for a few years and grown back up, and this customer bought it and now wants to turn it into his home site over the next couple of years. I think that's what he told me. So just doing little sections here and there, but like I said, as you can tell, this was all clear cut. There was literally nothing left. And the pine trees, when you cut them down, they will not grow back. But majority of all the hardwood trees will start re-sprouting out of stumps like that right there. See how there'll be like 5 or 6 trees coming out of one spot? That was a old stump that was cut over and grew back. You can just see that stump will be like 18 inches in diameter with three, you know, 5 3-inch little trees coming out of it. So I'm leaving in about 2 weeks for ConExpo. I'll be there for the week. I'll do a separate video on that explaining the days we'll be there, but it's Wednesday, I forgot the date, but whatever Wednesday is during ConExpo, the second day, from like 3:30 to 4:30 at the Volvo booth. We'll have about 10 other YouTubers there, and it should be a good time. But I'll make a separate video on that. It'll come out probably come out before this video, honestly. Go ahead and tell people and let them know what's going on. How dry the dirt is here. It is on the side of a hill, so that does help out a lot. This is gonna be some wet stuff when it rains though, because it is nothing but about an inch of topsoil and red clay here. Trying to do is get some stuff cleared and piled up so it'll start drying out, and this little stuff it'll probably burn really well, but it'll definitely burn better if it sits here for a couple weeks before I burn it. It don't take long for this little stuff to dry out. Today's supposed to be almost 80 degrees. Crazy what the temperature is in February. There it is. So that looks like it's mulched nice down and, you know, down nice and clean, but literally all that is still in the ground right there. So if you did a yard over time, that would start rotting down and you would have giant sinkholes like that within about, I don't know, 6 or 8 years. stump cleared away and should be up there at the house lot in about 30-45 minutes. So now I'm working my way back up the hill to the future home site up there, getting this front area cleared. It's going along pretty good. Luckily I haven't hit any big stumps here in the past couple passes here, so it goes a little faster when you don't hit a big old tree stump. But I know there's some up there because I can see them. Hopefully it won't be another one of those that takes 15 minutes to get up, but I think I see one more up there that'll probably take that long. Just glad that most of the other ones are coming up relatively easy. Trees still pack a punch though. Bit better. Might just have to let it sit there and dry a little bit. Those little pin oaks have a very tight root ball, so the dirt tends to stick to those pretty badly. burn pile somewhere right in there is what I'm thinking. Just have to see what it looks like once I knock some more of this down. It's looking like I walked in the woods over there trying to find the property line, but the woods are so thick I couldn't, so many briars I couldn't fight my way through it. So, but it looks like I still got quite a little ways over that way. So I think this corner right here is going to come off a lot, which is really going to open this up a lot more. Definitely opening on up now. So I didn't want to run into a bunch of these. These are some of the big stumps that were left over from the logging. Best I can figure is this was like the old edge of the field. Everything was woods from here to the road, and then it was probably an old field back here behind me where everything was mulched. It just kind of grew up over time, because you can just kind of see this ridge right here, and most likely that was where the edge of the field was, and they kind of did that to keep the runoff under control. There's like a ridge right here, and it would divert that water away from the hill and keep everything from washing. But normally what would happen is these humongous trees would grow along the tree line, and I think I see a few more throughout the woods there, but I'm hoping there's not too many of these hidden in there, because these things are a booger to get up. Let's see how long it takes to dig this one up. Side and start digging. If I find many more, I'll just work around them and bring my stumper attachment. The good thing about this one is it doesn't look like it started to regrow, so maybe the roots are dead or dying on it. But if I run into many of them, I will bring the stumper attachment to kind of dig up these things a little better. This one's right where I want to go, so see if I can't take a minute or two and dig it up, or 10 minutes, whatever it takes. Thing's about, well, the bucket's 4 feet, so a 4-foot stump, which means lots of digging. See the red clay here now. So it's kind of a pushed up on this edge because there's about 18 inches of topsoil, which is not common for this area. it wiggling yet. Dig the other side and see what it'll do from pulling on a different direction. Half a day digging this stump up. Alright, let me go around to the other side over there and dig on each side and see if I can get some more roots. Oh, I saw it move. So I've dug all the way on each side of it now. Got it broke loose pretty good, I think. Now I can just see if this machine's got enough oomph to get it out. Maybe. Here and whittle away at it to get the dirt off of it so I can even move it out of the stump hole. This is where the stumper shines. I'll have to see how many more of these I come across. I may just work around them and wait till I can bring that over here. It just really gets the dirt out of those stumps a lot easier with those tines. Alright, I'm gonna break this around a little bit more. Well, for 4 hours I knocked a little dent in it this afternoon. Probably got a quarter acre or so cleared. piled up. That'll start drying out some. Next time I come back, I'll finish that path out towards the dozer and then make a strip all the way down. And then might fly the drone and kind of get a better idea of. There's a property line about where that big tree is over there in another house. I'm trying to keep about 75 feet of buffer off of the line for some privacy, and then whatever I need to do to cut this over here to finish getting the 2 acres we're looking at clearing this go around. So back over here to my clearing job I started on the other day. Getting some of this stuff knocked down. I'm gonna go hop on the excavator, come down here and finish making my path all the way down here to the road, and then kind of look at which way I need to go, if I need to start heading that way a little bit more or this, to kind of get the area cleared that we were hoping for. Like I said, we're shooting for 60 to 75 feet off of the property line over there and over here. So once I kind of get this opened up and I can measure it from the road over there and kind of get a better idea of which direction I need to head next. back from lunch and back to work. So I had a fitting come loose on my quick connect for the grading bucket, and or the, well, grading bucket goes there, but for the grapple. That was dripping right there, and oil was kind of dripping down, making a mess. So I went and got some my wrenches there at the house at lunch and got that tightened up, and I think I'm good to go now. I got like a good almost 2 turns on that, so it was a little bit loose. So I've made it all the way down to the road right here with the clearing. I left that tree. He had mentioned something about saving it, but I'll probably end up taking it down. I'll see what he says. So what I'm going to do now, I'm getting kind of close to the buffer we want to keep right here, but this lot's kind of in here at an angle, so I'm going to take off right here and start heading straight and cutting all that corner off, and then I'll probably end up taking that off over there once I kind of measure everything and see how much area I have cleared, shooting for around 2 acres. Well, I made pretty good progress today for the time I was here. Tomorrow I should be able to finish that side up here. I don't know if it's gonna quite come out at that corner right there, but it's gonna come pretty close. Get all that out. House should sit somewhere right in here. And then I'll probably take that corner off right there to the left of the dozer to kind of square this more up into a giant rectangle, and then pile some stuff up and burn it. But stuff is pretty time consuming. It's pretty small and hard to get all those little stobs out of the ground. You got to kind of sit there and chop them all out, but that's how it goes. At least it shouldn't take too terribly long to burn all this stuff. Definitely take longer to get it dug up than it will to burn it all up. Then I'll kind of rake everything and blade it off.